Okay, so welcome back, guys, to week 3 of the King's Court. And today we are going to be talking about a handful of things actually, relating to women. The One Thing, the book that we're reading, The One Thing. How to go about this week, taking Sunday as a day of planning and what are we going to do differently. Some social dynamics and going into body language. So first off, I wanted to start with women, and you may be thinking, why women? Why are we talking about relationships on what is supposed to be social dynamics in a self-help group, in a tribe that is focused on bettering themselves? And so the answer to that is that as I begin to grow older and older, year after year, my mindset is no longer the same as it was when I was a 15-year-old young man. My horizon has broadened. The blinds have been lifted. Now, I don't see everything so clearly, but something that's been made very transparent in my life is recognizing and understanding that there are many illusions. There are many deceitful things that happen, whether this be the cause of the natural way that humanity is unfolding, if you will, the natural state of things. I don't think it's this invisible hand guiding the population into doom. It's not like that. I just believe that as humanity unfolds, this is some of the things that we have to deal with, and many of us sort of just stay at this place in our lives, never really questioning the bigger picture. Now, a very big meme, if you will, a way of looking at this thought-wise is The Matrix, the classic movie, The Matrix, Morpheus and Neo. And if you've ever seen this, young Neo is in his apartment, and throughout a couple minutes into the movie, he is beginning to realize that maybe there is something more to reality that he does not understand quite fully. And so Morpheus gives him an option. If you take the blue pill, you will stay exactly where you're at. If you take the red pill, reality will open up before your eyes. Okay, you'll see the truth of things. And Neo takes a red pill, and he's shown that they are in this world. The Matrix was this computerized thing, reality that he was living in, and now he is transported into almost being reborn again and discovering that they are in this massive war against the machines. And he is just weak, and this is real life now. He sees it for what it is. It's not all sunshine and roses, okay? So I believe that a sort of red pill belief, or opening your eyes to today's current state of affairs in 2017, is understanding how much of a blanket that finding the right woman, searching for love, getting into a long-term relationship, searching for the one, can can put out the flame in a man's life. It can really be that sprinkler that turns on and just begins to relinquish the fire in the belly, the drive for more. As you're growing up and you're beginning to understand that you have potential, you are being raised in this culture where love is the answer. From the music that is playing on every radio station, It is countless love songs. The premises of any show is usually always based on some sort of love, some sort of relationship, some sort of passion between a couple. If it's comedy, there's always sexual innuendos that are prompting us to feel some desire, some lust, and sort of get pulled into this tug of war, this relationship. And so from a young man growing into an old man, you have this non-stop fire hydrant turned on full force, from the ads to the shows, to the magazines, to your parents' relationship with each other, to the kids at school. Everyone, love, love, love. You gotta fall in love. You gotta find the one. You gotta find the right woman. And we do that, and we buy the flowers, and we buy the gifts, and we try to woo and ooh and oh, and we continue to search, and maybe we get into a relationship, and it's just a mess. And it can be a mess, and it can be, quite fun for some time. But I believe that the average young man, the average man that has some sort of intelligence, that is somewhat self-aware, asks himself eventually, is this all there is? Is this all there is? There has to be something more. And so we've been asking ourselves that, some of us, and that's exactly why we're talking about it on this and in this tribe, is because there's nothing, I believe, that is more imperative, nothing that's more of a threat to your growth than having the total and relentless concern of finding a woman and harboring a relationship, of fostering a relationship with a woman. First of all, it takes you away from your male friends. And maybe this is because the woman desires to, isolate you from the male friends that you have, that you can come to and be emotional to. And now you have no one else, so you are now emotional to her, and you're relying on her only. And it's just, you have to understand that you need your male friends, guys. You need your male friends. It is said that a woman loves an asshole, correct? Like, women love jerks, and you may have questioned this for a long time, but I believe that saying means exactly this, is that when a woman finds another man that does not see her as he lives his life outside of this feminine mindset, he sees himself above that, and he sees himself above that by almost appearing indifferent to it. And so he doesn't need that. He lives outside of this feminine content that we're fed all throughout our life. He has his own story in his head. That is a story that he's conjured up himself, that is not given to him by any outside source, that is, the media, that is this illusion. He's created it through thinking, critical thinking, and reading books, and diving into what his deep heart is telling him. You find a man like that, and all of a sudden, the feminine becomes more of a spice of your life than just the main goal. The main goal. And so it's critical to realize that there really are no leagues. I think as men, we've developed these leagues. I'm out of her league, she's out of my league. It's important to be irrationally confident in these situations because there is no league. And as soon as you put yourself in a league below her, it's like you don't deserve her. This goes back to the mindset. You are the master gardener of your mind. Yeah, it's up to you to take complete control of how you see the situations. Am I good enough? Because the minute that you think you're not, well, then you're not. Be rational in your confidence. Be rational in your mindset, how you look at yourself. Be rational. People telling you be more humble, be more humble. Fine. You can be irrational without attaching your ego. You can be irrational by saying, I'm good enough now. It doesn't have to be this ego thing that comes out of you, become a complete jerk to people and you start making fun of others. No, it's just a strong belief within yourself. And you think that's easy to do? No, it's hard to do. Let me tell you, it's really hard to do. You actually got to work on it. It's not just being yourself. You actually have to work on yourself. Have to take the steps necessary to change your life. So it's this confidence mixed with this indifference. Very Zen-like, very Buddha-like. Above the lust, above the flesh. It's funny because that's what the woman is most attracted to. See, I believe that, guys, we've been fed this whole fairy tale. We're the romantic ones. It's not the women. It's not like the women that are the romantic ones. They're the realists. And the woman is never going to love you in the way that you think you want to be loved. She's never going to love you like that. And let me tell you why. They care about opportunity. They are, they want someone to provide for them. They want someone to take care of them. They want to mate with the best genetics. They want to pass on the best genetics that they are able to. This is hypergamy. This is women looking to optimize their looks, their place in the environment, their genetic, their eggs that they're going to pass on. This is a woman trying to get the best that she possibly can. And when she knows that you are looking to her as your only sexual pleasure, as her only thing, your triumph, your place of safety, that's very, very easy to begin to push away from. Because now, the guys out there that are actually crushing it or being perceived as crushing it and have social proof and have a lot of, opportunities, and it's not just the size of your wallet, but it's the size of your capacity to think and believe that you do have a lot of potential, and not just to get hung up on one woman. Confidence and indifference. Male. It may seem to be hard to be a man, right? It's hard, but it's what we're called to do. It's like you're supposed to be dominant. You're supposed to be goal driven. You're supposed to be aggressive. You're supposed to be also gentle. You're supposed to be okay with being alone. You're supposed to be able to do things that you want to do and not have to cater to everyone else in the world telling you how you should live your life, how you should do this, how you should do that. And so you get hung up in the feminine society. You decide to neglect your friends, the things that you think you should be doing, and you focus solely on that, and you go down a road that is very, very destructive. Psychologically, physically, as you begin to let yourself go. And it is a thing that keeps you from growing. So, that's that. We're going to jump quickly to something else here. We're running out of time. And that will be on the next video. See you guys soon. Peace.